no, that's a scam.
Whew, we're seeing quite the drop there, over 20,000 down to 9,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. I honestly just don't pay enough attention to it. But anyways, do you want to just dive into it or precursor?
Sure.
Okay. Hey guys, Matt McKeever here with
Michael Rosehart.
And so another episode of Mike and Matt Smash. No, that's not right. Another episode of just Mike and Matt on Fire, and we're going to be discussing cryptocurrencies. In particular, I think we're mainly just going to focus on Bitcoin. We're not going to get too deep into the technology. If you're interested in the technology, I've done a couple of videos discussing just high level what blockchain sort of is and how it works, as well as discussing what an open distributed ledger is. I think that you really need to learn and understand the technology if you're going to get into cryptocurrencies. So that's kind of my first precursor. None of this is financial advice, but let's just dive in and kind of talk about our opinions. I know Michael has a very strong opinion in regards to Bitcoin. So let's just, dive into it.
Well, my opinion's always evolving, and I wrote an article on my blog about this where you can see more of my thoughts on it, and I kind of type up a couple pages on what I thought, about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, right? And I guess my overall viewpoint is that, and I'll start with this, I have 0 cryptocurrencies.
I also have 0, so please don't hack us. Keep going.
So I don't have any Bitcoin, I don't have any Ethereum, I don't have any Apple, I have nothing. I like Bitcoin the least of the cryptocurrencies for a number of reasons.
Like the least of the big ones, or literally of any cryptocurrency?
No, the big ones.
Okay.
So for a number of reasons, but one being that, it feels like a bubble, first off. So when I wrote my first article, I think, it might have been low 20-something thousands in Canadian, and typically I wouldn't even comment on Bitcoin just because it didn't warrant a comment. But on my Facebook feed, literally dozens of friends of mine are just like, oh, I just put all my money in Bitcoin and it's the future and it's gonna go $100,000 and this and that. And no, it might, but no, long term, I don't see a future in Bitcoin. I don't see it as a sound investment. It really is not, I think, a viable currency in its current state. For a number of reasons, it doesn't meet the criteria of a currency. No one's really using it as a currency. They're using it as a speculative investment. Yeah. And I stay away from speculative investments. I just don't believe in anything that doesn't produce cash flow.
So what are your thoughts about blockchain in general? Have you spent much time learning about it? Or?
I don't have a background in computer science or really a whole lot of experience reading about blockchain. I like at a high level, I like blockchain technology. I want to see companies like the major financial institutions in Canada, the major credit card companies, I would like to see them implement pieces of the blockchain technology. I think that we could benefit a lot from, for instance, systems are going down in IT organizations. I used to do some consulting in this area. Yeah. And if it goes down, literally the system is an old DOS, 1980 system that they just added onto. The future isn't these old DOS systems they've added onto, because when it crashes, they lose records. And when banks lose records, it's really, really bad. And they're replicating off-site. But anyway, this is a much better way to record. It's a better ledger system than what is currently existing. So I like the technology. I think the technology is the future. I don't think Bitcoin is the way that you get involved in investing in this technology. I also believe, that, I don't know. I'm of the belief that the technology is also kind of old. When it comes to Bitcoin.
Blockchain?
For Bitcoin.
Oh, okay, specifically.
Bitcoin, right? I don't like the technology that much.
Due to the time it takes to process transactions and stuff currently?
Yeah, exactly. So it's, and I haven't read a lot of articles on it in over a month, so I'm not really up and fresh and everything.
Yeah, and so at the time of this video being made, we've seen all sorts of volatility in cryptocurrencies, in particular Bitcoin. We saw it ramp up to almost 20,000, or maybe it topped up a bit above 20,000 US. It's currently hovering around 9,300 US. So it's been kind of bouncing around a little bit. So it definitely is still very volatile, at least at the time of this video.
People are, I think there's a lot of pain in the tape going on. I think there's a lot of, even some guys who are fund managers and things like that from the 70s and 80s and 90s, who did a lot of Wolf of Wall Street type of activity. Those guys are they're attracted to this stuff.
It certainly lends itself to manipulation, and so I think people need to be very cognizant of that as well. I think a lot of people don't understand the risks they're taking when they leave their cryptocurrencies on exchanges in particular. We've seen so many exchanges fold or get hacked, and then people lose all their coins, and particularly for any cryptocurrency that's either difficult to track or can be put through a coin tumbler, it's essentially impossible for you to ever get back the access to that coin or that that token. So I think that's something to be highly aware of.
What is so like at the end of the day, you know, and I don't have a whole lot of expertise on this, but the premise is that you're going to buy your Bitcoin for X price and dupe someone else into buying it from you for more than you bought it for. Like literally the only out is tricking someone else into buying it. There's no
I don't necessarily agree fully with that, but I definitely agree that the vast majority of investors, and I use air quotes there, that are investing in cryptocurrencies, they are looking for a greater fool. They are just hoping that someone will want to pay more for it. And I think the scariest part to me is the number of people I see investing in cryptocurrencies, and even the number of people that are talking about cryptocurrencies that have no idea about it. So like recently we saw the implosion of BitConnect.
Gonna be a scammer again. Hey, you're gonna lose all your money. My wife still doesn't believe in me. No. That's a scam.
And so like guys like Crypto Nick that were pushing BitConnect, and it's insane what these guys were doing. And when they're talking about they don't know the difference between a public and private key and things like that, if you don't understand the underlying technology, I think you really got to question, are you investing? You're definitely not investing in the sense the way Warren Buffett invests in things. He doesn't want to invest in anything he doesn't fully understand. And that's why I'm taking so long to even decide whether I want to invest in cryptocurrency, is because I need to understand this technology, and there's a lot behind it. I think the blockchain is fascinating in my opinion. It will definitely change the way we trust each other. I definitely understand the draw towards peer-to-peer interactions rather than having a trusted third party. I think that all that stuff's really valuable. But that being said, I think the vast majority of people that are investing in cryptocurrencies are actually mainly gambling. And that's, again, why we see such high volatility, is they're very emotional in their reactions to it.
It's like, full disclosure, I'm not a gambler in any way, and like I hate gambling. I've seen it destroy people's lives, and I have family members who did a lot of gambling. So definitely against gambling. From an investor standpoint, my profile of what I invest in, I tend to avoid you know, things that like I wouldn't want to buy even really a lot of precious metals, mostly because they don't produce any cash flow.
And so I think, in my opinion, if you want to kind of start dabbling in cryptocurrencies, if you approach it similar to, like, say, if you're already implementing the permanent portfolio, I don't necessarily have a qualm with you buying a few Bitcoins or fractions of Bitcoins and having that be part of your permanent portfolio the same way that people hold gold or silver. But like, you don't want, like, you should not, in my opinion, have more than 25% exposure to any like hard currency like gold or silver or like Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, unless you're really deep into it. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember that there's a lot of very intelligent people that have been spending years and years in this, right? Like, it's not like this just came out yesterday. And so do you honestly think you have a competitive advantage over these other people that have been mining or reading white papers for the last almost decade now? You know, I definitely know I don't have a competitive advantage, and that's why I haven't dived headfirst into cryptocurrencies.
That's the number one reason I don't invest, is that when I invest in something, I want to have a competitive advantage.
And that's why we love real estate.
That's why we love real estate, right? You know, at the end of the day, it comes down, I've talked to some people whom, you know, I'm talking to someone who has a PhD in like they're taking a PhD right now and writing a thesis on blockchain technology, right? And digital currencies and cryptocurrencies. And I asked them point blank, are you investing in the cryptocurrencies? Well, no, there's nothing I can invest in right now that I've seen out there. And their response to me was, you know, I've not seen anything out there right now that exists that I think will be there in 30 years. And I was like, holy, like that to me is like, so this isn't going to be here maybe in 30 years. Who knows? It might still be there. But at the current values, it won't be there in 30 years. There's no cash flow. You're not investing in a company. They're not producing anything real. You're investing in something you believe is going to be worth more later for various reasons. And like, those are debatable whether it'd be worth more money. So it is like, it's just a speculative play. Yeah.
And so, you know, we're just starting to see people start implementing the technology into things that actually even sort of matter. You know, like, people are starting to build or use Ethereum as a platform to build applications on it. You know, off the top of my head, I can think of things like CryptoKitties and stuff like that, but that's still just more of a novelty, I think, at this point, rather than really the long-term use of what blockchain is going to evolve into.
I will invest in blockchain at some point. Like, the technology, I mean, a lot of companies are going to, even companies we hold, blue chips, are going to be investing in companies that are
Yeah.
breaking ground in the blockchain area, right? They're, you know, they built a company that's able to profit off the technology.
Yeah.
A lot of the cryptocurrencies, they aren't profiting off the technology at all, and there's nothing really. I mean, technology is always evolving. So I would like to be, I would like to own the intellectual property, the IP. And even when you're investing in like a cryptocurrency, you're not really investing in the future prospect of earning anything. As far as like a profit, there's no. It's not a business. Like that just to me, like I like to invest in businesses and things that are going to, you know, whether I sell or hold for the rest of my life, there's going to be a return given to me, right? The only out can't just be, you know, selling it to someone else for more than what you bought it for. And then the intrinsic value is just based on what other people think the intrinsic value should be, which scares the hell out of me because, you know, some of what I've studied in investor psychology, I believe markets are irrational. So, and it's been proven that that's, you know, pretty true in a lot of situations. So I'm afraid of human psychology as well. That's all other reason I'd be afraid to invest even right now. Just because of the way the human psychology, you know, works. It's hard to profit off that. And unless you're maybe you have a PhD in psychology.
And that being said, I think I'm going to say something that you might find you may disagree strongly with. But so in my opinion right now, it's like 1998 in the internet. So I think that there's still a lot of people that like, they've sort of heard of the term cryptocurrency. You know, they understand in theory what blockchain is, or they think they get it, but they don't really understand. I definitely think that we're going to see substantial pump and dumps or big rises in the valuations of cryptocurrencies.
We've seen that already.
And I think even more so in the near future. Like, I wouldn't be shocked to see, you know, Bitcoin increase multiple times over what $10,000 is now. But that being said, I think that we'll, if it does occur in that way, I think we'll see a major correction. Like, and people may get bearish on blockchain cryptocurrencies if we have a massive drop. Like, if we see, say, Bitcoin ramp up to 50 or 100,000 per Bitcoin, which some people are predicting, then I think that we'd see a massive correction at some point, and that'll just scare the market. The market will become so irrational. Like right now, it's maybe irrationally bull towards it. I think we could see it become irrationally bear. Long term, I think blockchain's here to stay. I think it's going to be fascinating how it's going to change society. And like you said, like the underlying infrastructure, like there definitely are plays there. I just don't think that enough people fully understand it. Like, you know, the internet was here to stay, but in the late 1990s, you know, like things got crazy, and then we had that giant crash. And
let's think that through. Like, if it's 1998 and there are 1,000 tech companies like Nortel and everyone else out there, how do you pick one?
That's what I mean, right?
Like, how do you pick one? I mean, even if I was at that point in time, I don't think I would be, like, with my current investor strategy, I'd probably be buying all of these. There's a whole bunch of IPO tech firms, right? And most of them went belly up in 2000, right? Some of them survived. But how do you pick the horse that's going to win the race? Like, I don't do any horse betting.
It's very difficult, right?
For the amount of time I would have to spend to become proficient enough. And, like, I mean, it's possible. I could read enough white papers, and I could begin to understand the technology that I could probably pick a horse and have some sort of competitive edge. But the amount of hours I need to spend doing that, I could just spend that in real estate and make way more money. So, like, I just don't have the time to invest in cryptocurrencies, and most of my friends have full-time jobs that are investing in this, and I know they don't have the time. So what are you guys doing? Sorry. That's it. I'll leave it at that.
Over. But yeah, anyways, we'd love to hear your opinion about cryptocurrencies. We'll probably talk about more in the future as well. We just kind of want to throw out a real quick one, just kind of touching upon it. We hope you guys will jump in the comments section.
I have an article they could check out if they want to learn more about, like, my thoughts on cryptocurrency. I have, like, why I think Bitcoin is a bad investment.
So just jump over to 25andfree.com, Michael's blog, and you can check out in depth kind of his opinion on Bitcoin.
We can put the link to the Bitcoin
in the video description down below.
Find it there.
And otherwise, jump in the comment section and share your opinions with us, and we'll do a follow-up video and maybe discuss what people tell us. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that a few people are going to call us complete idiots, and probably in less polite terminology. So I'm interested to see what those comment sections will. The thing that to me is really interesting is when people are extremely emotional on either side of the coin. So whether they're extremely irrational towards their hatred of Bitcoin or extremely irrational in their love of Bitcoin. So I'm just going to be like, essentially like this. Hey guys, really sorry about that. The battery died, so we're just going to wrap up this video real quick. All I want to say is right now, I see in the market people that are irrational towards their hatred and their love of Bitcoin. I think it's very dangerous. You should not be emotional about your investments, whether it's real estate or cryptocurrencies, right?
100% agree.
So anyways, appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Jump in the comment section, share your opinions, smash the like button if you haven't already done so. Jump over to 25andfree.com, check out Michael's stuff, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.